Who you gonna call?
I'll get Ghostbusters.
Something strange in your neighborhood.
Something off the GTA soundtrack. Nice, I like that. All right. Right. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Yes.
Woo!
This is another podcast. What is it? Podcast 21 at this point?
Yep.
All right. So it's our new format. We go sort of live on the internet. Nobody else is there. It's just Tommy and Dirty talking dirty. And yeah, okay. So like we said, my name's Tom. I'm a fantasy sports addict.
Hi, Tom.
Howdy.
And my name is Ryan.
Howdy, Ryan.
Howdy. And I, too, am a fantasy sports addict.
Okay, so today, podcast 21, we got a couple of fantasy basketball topics to go over. We got wait, how many questions do we have? Just a few?
Just a couple.
All right, again, we haven't been after the Q&A videos the way we might have. Well, we're working on it. Camera's back. Oh, I suppose if you haven't seen the live streams, everyone should know that our camera Jenny has returned home. And we're glad to have her back so we can make more videos. Things will improve as we go along, right?
Yeah.
But so let's just not waste any time. Let's just get right to the questions, Ryan. Give me some questions to answer, some question cracks, some. Who is it? Dave's not here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it. All right.
Anyways, we're going to answer some questions. This is another question from Boom King 26.
All right. Thanks for sending it.
He's asking if we would do Carmelo Anthony for Klay Thompson, Marcus Morris, and Ilyasova, or try to get a better deal.
Which players is he moving? Or is he moving Melo, or is he moving Klay Thompson?
I don't know which side is whose. He just says, would you do Melo for Klay? I'm guessing he's moving Melo, but not 100%.
Yeah, I guess I would do that. I mean, maybe you could get something better. I mean, Marcus Morris hasn't been bad.
No, Marcus has been good, even though he would never see the light of day on my fantasy roster.
Well, personal agendas, personal biases, but I'm saying, I mean, if you're getting rid of Melo for Klay Thompson, I'm okay with that. If you're giving up Klay Thompson for Melo, I'm not so okay with that. That's just.
Yeah, I mean, really, Marcus and Ilyasova are just kind of like the throwing players. Depends on who you got to drop. Like, I mean, again, I'd probably rather have what's at the end of my roster than Morris or Ilyasova, but that's just me, and those are two guys that have burned me in the past. Number 7.
Okay, so maybe if you are going to move Melo for Klay, try to downplay Klay right now and be like, well, you know, he's underperforming, and I never really thought he was top 15. And, you know, maybe you can get something a little bit better than Marcus Morris. That'd be what I would hope, I guess, if I was inclined.
Okay. Our buddy Bronson says he needs to take that right now.
Well, again, I guess it depends on which end of the deal. I'm still sort of confused about that. Bronson loves just shouting and chiming in about everything, though.
Speaking of Bronson just shouting and chiming in and all this, he's in our Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous in an NBA Fantasy League. League 3 it is.
Yep.
He went to the message board and shit talk us.
Oh.
The subject is Tom and Ryan, you're shit.
Oh, is this the roast that he kept talking about? He's like, I'm gonna roast you. Okay.
But again, of course, we try to tell him all this already. It's you 'RE. You are shit.
Yes, you are. Like your shit. Like, yes, my shit. What about the shit I took this morning?
Right.
Um,
Um. Anyways, he basically says you suck, and then he calls me a Fallout 4 fanboy, too busy playing,
oh,
and basically he just says we suck.
well, yeah, we have
Again,
we have
we're
sort of
not doing
sucked.
too good, but again, I'm only like 4 games out of like third place. Like that whole middle stack, like we're all kind of stacked together.
Right. And
Like
I'm barely even hanging in there, to be honest. Like I am not happy with that team, but I didn't draft all that well. I kind of got sloppy taking players I shouldn't have. And we told everyone our strategies. So like I'm not surprised that we're not doing well in a league full of people who have every strategy we've ever concocted. You know what I'm saying?
again, that's just excuses. We expected better of ourselves, and I
Yeah.
guarantee you, I'm gonna be competitive. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, without making too many more excuses, when you have a major depressive event in your life, it's hard to be active and competitive.
More
So
excuses.
it's all right. I'm getting out of it, man.
All
They,
right.
I'm out of the hospital. I'm out of the loony bin.
So, anyways, Bronson said that. Then Mike chimes in and tells him that he can talk shit when his team's over 500.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
they went back and forth a little bit until Mike said that Bronson has stripes fighting his
Oh.
battles for him, in which
Oh, wow.
Bronson conceded and said R.I.P. Bronson in the date.
Wow. Well, sorry about that, Bronson. I guess you got
Didn't
to.
have to bring stripes into this, is all I'm saying.
Well, maybe Stripes is the employee of the year then. I don't know. We'll have to find out. All right. So, Bronson, yeah, hey, generally just cool it. Cool it.
Take a chill pill. Don't be like Tom.
We're a third of the way through the season, buddy. Chill out.
All
Don't make me get the red light.
right, let me find another question here. All right. So Wesley Matthews got dropped, and he picked him up, and now someone wants to trade Matthews for Will Barton.
I said yes last night. I think I'm going to change my mind. Can I do that?
Maybe. I
Now that
mean, you
I've
can do it.
now that I've had a few nights to think about it, maybe this person didn't see our answer. I hope maybe I don't know. It's kind of a wash, so it's not really going to hurt you either way. But I'm
This is
still
Boom King again,
all right. So
by the way.
Boom King probably did see my answer, which it's probably a wash. But I think I'm just deep down. I was thinking about this because I do have more Wes Matthews than Will Barton, and I like both. I'm happy with what Barton's been doing, but still think I'm
Again,
holding Wes
Matthews is just
Matthews.
going to get better as the year
Yeah,
goes on.
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of what like the overachieving that's coming from like Darren Williams, some of that will translate to probably points for Wes Matthews and stuff like that, right? Points and threes.
Yeah, again, he's on the minute restrictions. I expect both him and Chandler Parsons to play better, as the season progresses.
Okay.
All right, so let's do one more question. But before we do the question, Mike commented about how fucked out the window is never going to get old.
No, it will not. I mean, as somebody like who's been just repeatedly fucked out a window lately, it's always so funny to be like, oh my god, I got fucked so hard I went
I
flying
mean,
right out the window.
yeah, we were talking about this earlier today. Like, what
What's
exactly is fucked out a window? I don't know. I just kind of made it up because that's what DraftKings did to me. But yeah, it's basically what you get fucked so hard you fly out a window.
I wasn't sure if it was that or if you were like actually standing out on the window ledge, like being sexually penetrated. I wasn't sure.
I don't know. It seems more like you just get your ass knocked out a window.
I still feel like you have to be at the window ledge though, like teetering, like wee. But I don't know. It's more cartoonish. They're like somebody like thrusted so hard, you just got like wee right out the window. right?
It's like I don't know. There's some like viral video, some chick shaking her ass on stage, and like the lead singer came by and like humped her, and she fell off the stage.
All right, so she got humped off the stage,
Yeah.
but all right, maybe humped off the stage is like the lesser degree of being
Fucked
fucked
out
out
of
of
a
a window.
window.
We'll have to see. I mean, we can come up with varying degrees of these sort of euphemisms.
All right.
Um,
Anyways, our last question, Wall MVP. He's saying should he give away DeAndre Jordan for Hassan Whiteside?
well, I can't answer that because I
This
don't
is
have
a this
either of
is
them.
a my me question because again I got both of these players
So
and
what would you do? Tell us, please.
honestly like Whiteside's 4.5 blocks per game is huge. Um, I still just have more faith in DeAndre Jordan. Like I was saying in the preseason, like honestly, I'd take DeAndre over Whiteside all day. And
Okay.
I still pretty much believe in that and believe in DeAndre more than Whiteside. But at the same time, it's really like, what's the point? Like, why are you trading one type of player for another player that does similar stats? Like, I don't understand necessarily trades like that. Usually, you trade from a strength to get a weakness type of a thing.
Yeah, usually, I mean, again, unless it's like fanboys, like I really like my DeAndre, I really like my Whiteside, and you just happen to meet up, like, all right, well, let's make a switch. Woo!
Okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Otherwise, I don't necessarily see the point.
No,
I mean,
are
so
you being pug raped down there?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, gross! Get the mop. Get the fucking mop.
All right. So, anyways, we hope those questions help. Keep them coming, and if we don't answer on our podcast, like we'll still answer on our YouTube channel and get back to you and let you know what we think. Anyways, we do appreciate the questions and the Q&A.
Okay.
So, what are we talking about now? We're getting into the podcast. It's time to talk about fantasy, I guess basketball, fantasy sports, but we're
Well,
still on this fantasy basketball kick.
the first third of the season, I guess, is what I'm talking about, and I want to stop for a moment and talk about something that's really, well, I don't have a red light, but it's really starting to get on my nerves. This whole notion of IR slots and no IR slots and whatever. If your league doesn't have IR slots, what the fuck are you doing? Why am I in it? Why am I in like 3 leagues with no IR slots? Even like the standard leagues have IR slots, our leagues have IR slots. But some of these other commissioners leagues that I'm in, like what the fuck is going on? And especially in a dynasty setup, why are there no IR slots? Can you answer that? Anybody? Chad from Caius's league. Chad, please let us know why I'm in your league trying to take over a bad team and salvage your, quite frankly, disastrous league. Why won't you give me a goddamn IR slot to work with?
Same thing, Eric, my brother-in-law. $100 league, no IR slot.
Yeah, paid league. That seems like something you need to have an IR slot. I
I
don't.
mean, again, like I was able to get Kyrie for like pick 39, which I love and I'm still holding on to. But like, again, I would have loved that pick even more if I could sub him into the IR slot and get somebody that would help me instead of just having a empty roster.
Well, and that's again the same thing with my dynasty. What Dante Exum, like great dynasty player for a rebuilding team when you can hold him, and especially if you can just tuck him away in a little IR slot or an injured slot, and then try to field a competitive team. Because
Exactly.
as the season progresses, invariably there's going to be other injured players. And now that I've got like 4 or 5 stacked up on me suddenly, like Valanciunas and Tyson Chandler and a couple other players, like I'm literally like humped off the stage, you know? I'm humped off the stage. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off when there are no IR slots because
So commissioners next year at IR slots is all we were saying. Makes a heck of a lot more fun. Like whatever, like players aren't going to drop a JV or a high impact player that's going to come back.
no.
Like sure, Miles Turner breaks a thumb, like yeah, you drop him.
But
But
Jonas Valanciunas,
IR
no.
IR for all.
It's an IR for all. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. All right. So what else do we want to talk about other than just shaming people for not having
Well,
IR slots?
I mean, again, that's a good topic at this point. Like, it's new or back to fantasy basketball. So, like, some leagues have them, public leagues do, some don't. We're in the opinion that IR slots make for a better league.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, initially I was resistant just because I'm so used to not having them playing Yahoo, but now that they're back, I can't imagine not having them.
Okay. So recently I was in talks in my dynasty league I'm in for James Harden trade. I was offering Hassan Whiteside, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, and my first round pick for James Harden.
Okay.
Like originally he was coming after Kawhi, and I told him that I'm not trading Kawhi for Harden. Just no.
No. Well, they're different players, and
And again, like these were players that like he was talking about. We kind of emailed like he put Harden on a block, so I sent him an email like, "Hey, Harden's on the block. I don't know if we have a match, but take a look. Let me know what you think." And so he's talking Kawhi, but he also mentioned Whiteside.
okay.
So yeah, I put Whiteside in the mix. As much as I hated trading him in his block for my punt team,
Well, I was
I
gonna
had
say
to
what.
I had to at least try to get James Harden. I take about go for there, and I was planning if I got Harden to circle back around and make another move for another guy who gets a lot of blocks.
Like who?
Well, like Gobert or Noel or someone kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to see your team with a Gobert.
I mean, again, I still might go back for one of those guys too. I mean, I thought I had James Harden, but also another guy in our league put Damian Lillard on the block looking for a power forward center.
I saw that.
So I might go back and go for Lillard over Harden anyways.
Well,
We'll see.
I
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
know.
that time of the year. We're third in the season and like
You're
fuck, let's
making
make
trades.
some moves. Like I got that itch of like willing and dealing.
Well, it's time to shake up your roster, most likely. I mean, either it's set so well that it's perfect, but even the most
That's where
perfect.
I'm at.
Well, but even, that happens sometimes. But even then, there's still moves you could make. You could consolidate so you have some roster flexibility. If you're shy in a certain stat category, even if you have the perfect team and you haven't, lost a week yet or you're in first place in your roto leagues, and there's still probably a move you could make somewhere,
Again, it's just more fun when you're trying to make your team better constantly.
right?
That being active and competitive. Like you want to be victorious, and you got to make some moves and shake it up. I mean, sometimes like okay, yeah, I'm doing good, but you get complacent. And let me tell you, complacency is the fucking end of fantasy sports. Like you just get complacent. Oh, my team's good. Next thing you know, you're missing out on the picks. You're not making trades. Then a player gets injured, and you're fucked out the window.
For me, it was only just off the stage, but
Well, but again, you're not complacent. You're sad.
okay. Yeah, there's like happy days in between my sad days. Monday, Tuesday, happy day.
Woo!
All right,
All
that's
right,
gonna be the
this show
closing
just
credit.
jumped the shark. All
Officially, that's gonna be our closing music. We'll find
right.
that. All right.
So, Tom, we talked quite a bit about your clone sickness.
Mm-hmm.
You have two basketball teams, your dynasty, my dynasty, that are very, very similar, but a couple really big, glaring differences.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, basically, we're looking at the difference between. All right, so the true difference would be a total of, I think, 4 players. No, maybe 6. And I forget how deep our rosters are now with the IL slots, but one league I've got Miles Turner, another league I got Joel Embiid. They don't. Another league I got, or the same situation I got. I'm drawing a blank. Okay, well, first and foremost, the big obvious one is Blake and Unibrow. So,
Obviously, start there. Nobody gives a shit about Miles Turner and Joel Embiid.
Well, then some lesser
Anthony
pieces.
Davis and Blake Griffin.
Well, that's the glaring, but the lesser pieces I still think are important too because they all sort of contribute. Like the difference between Aaron Gordon and Julius Randle. I got one Randle and one Gordon, and I really wish I had double Randle. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Double Randle actually might be the piece I need to get double Unibrow. I don't know. I mean, the fact that I can't get some of my lesser pieces to line up the last few years is where I'm having trouble making the whole roster come together.
So almost clone teams is not clone teams, Tom.
No, but we're talking about a total like one keeper.
Again, that's even all the more infuriating.
For you, I guess, not me.
Not for me. I can give a shit less. I don't have the clone team sickness, but like
the difference
is
blocks.
You're gonna do clone teams. Do goddamn clone teams. And let me tell you, you're not gonna get clone Anthony Davis. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
it's not gonna happen. You gotta give up on that. That's why you don't have clone teams.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna move Karl Anthony Towns and some other shit, and I'm gonna get clone Blake and clone Unibrow, and then you're all gonna be like, "Well, shit on a stick. He did it again," and I'll do it. I did
it again. You haven't done it the first time.
I've been doing it for years, and I have done it. Okay, come on, let's keep.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you. I've done this before. This ain't my first clone rodeo, Ryan. Okay, this is.
Well, I'm just saying.
This is Attack of the Clones. This is Clone Wars like movies. Okay.
I just want to see double teams up and down.
It could happen. And the only reason, all right, let's circle back here for a second. The only fucking reason you're pushing this so hard is because you want me to trade you Anthony Davis in the league that I do have him for Kawhi Leonard, and you want me to
no.
Because there's no shit snacking way that I'm gonna get double Kawhi and I'm fucked out a window on the clone teams thing again. In the meantime, you got fucking Unibrow. Oh, and then
because you wouldn't trade me. You wouldn't trade me Unibrow for Kawhi unless you already had Kawhi like ready in the other league.
Maybe. Well, that's true. But the disgusting thing is then you can go you'll be able to work your family angle. Get your brother-in-law to give you a friendly Unibrow deal in my league. So
no,
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. This guy, I've got what this guy needs. I've got what he wants. I've got Eric. I know what you need. I know what you want. I mean, Eric's turned down so much.
He's been trying to trade with them for 2 years straight to get Unibrow, and it hasn't happened, and it's not going to.
Might. I'm not going to give up. I never give up. That's the thing about me is I never give up. Woof. See? Your dogs approve. That's a dog-approved message right there. All right.
Well, I'm just saying I want to see your clone teams, and I got a Kawhi to help you.
Yeah, I got a Kawhi right here.
Just saying.
Just saying. I don't want Kawhi.
Can we go a podcast or a live stream without you flipping me off?
Can you not do something that's bird-worthy, Mr. Bird?
No.
Well, then there we go.
All right. So Tom's clone teams.
That's the update. All right. So the update is that it's still in progress. Now, all right. Here's another thing. Let's go back to trade etiquette. Even if you don't want to trade the player involved that you're seeing trade offers for, can you at least fucking reply to the email? Can you reply to an email or counter or just reject the trade offer so they're not just sitting there dissolving and disappearing after 10 days?
And also move on. Don't keep blowing up.
Okay, all right.
Hey, if it doesn't work out,
I'm happy to move on. You know why? Do you know what happens if I move on? There's a rule in our leagues that says you reply to trade offers. You reply to trade emails. This guy's not doing it. Do you know why he's still in the league? Because he's your brother-in-law.
Oh, horseshit.
Oh, okay. I'll replace him. And then I'll get Unibrow. All right, I can replace him. I'll replace him tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. He's not replacing him.
I might.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, standing up for brother-in-law.
Uh-oh.
Shipping. Dogs are going bananas.
No, I think my uncle's here. Hold up.
No,
Hold up.
How can we do this in the middle of a podcast? All right, so I'm going to try to just keep the podcast rolling since Ryan's doing family schmoopy time again. Let's talk about a few flames and lames. I came up with a short list of flames and lames. The flames right now, to me, guys that are really, really impressive. All right, Ryan's back.
Good news, it was only UPS.
Okay, shipping. All right, so I was going to go on to flames and lames. Do you want to start that off, or should I?
I'll go ahead and start. Flames and lames. It's more like, let's start it off. Player appreciation, flames, whatever. Like, Dieng. I gotta start talking about Georgie Dieng. I'm heavily invested. I even reached for him in quite a few leagues where I needed him. He was what I saw as one of the last like really good bigs left. And so I was taking him in like, late 60s, early 70s, And again, we were preaching patience with him because he wasn't getting the minutes. He was only being Towns' backup.
But now he's getting the minutes.
He's getting the minutes. He's playing next to Karl Anthony Towns. Like, absolutely, yes.
We were talking on Twitter, I guess I was, or somebody was. We were talking on Twitter with somebody who was advocating just get rid of Dieng, don't be patient with Dieng. And we're like, whoa. Hey, you get rid of Dieng, I'll take him. And the guy's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, we're preaching patience with Dieng. And that was, 2-3 weeks ago now?
Well, that 3 weeks ago? Pretty much from the season. I mean, we were saying, like, if he got drops, Adam.
Yeah.
Again, people are impatient.
Be the patient one. Get your Dieng. Yay!
So I am happy that I held out on Dieng. I didn't trade him. I didn't drop him. I picked him up where I could. And my teams that I have him are starting to look a lot better. Like, he's that difference maker, that piece I've been missing.
Dieng you?
Dieng me.
No, I was able to grab Dieng on waivers in a league or two as well. So I don't know why people dropped him. I don't know why people drop some of the players they do, but if you're there and you're being active, you're there to see it.
I had my number one waiver, and on one of my punting teams, I was able to add Noel.
Oh, wow.
I mean, again, you don't drop Noel. Like, you got a player ranked that high, you at least try to trade him.
That's step one.
Yeah, I mean, again,
at least try to get something.
Just to drop him, like, hell no.
Total waste of draft value.
Yeah.
All right. Any more flames that you like?
Again, I've been talking about him all preseason, all season long. Rajon Rondo. Like, again, these are like my punting teams, but I went from having what would be like okay, middle of the pack, like assist totals. But since I got Rondo, I'm leading the league in assists.
Okay.
So I got like a bunch of like combo guards like Oladipo, Knight, Bledsoe, players that don't necessarily get you a ton of assists. Reggie Jackson, like, okay, Reggie's been doing good, but I was going for those combo type players instead of the true point guards, but having Rondo mixed in with that just makes my point guard situation elite.
Fair enough.
And again, I'm already punting free throws in all my leagues anyway, so like that doesn't hurt me.
It's fine. All right, my flames are also point guards. I'm going to go with 2 point guards myself. I don't have any of these players. I don't have either of them. Is that fair?
Oh, sorry, you froze up.
I was going to say, I don't have either of these players, but they're both point guards. Those are my flames. Just guys I wish I had sort of considered at some point in drafts or picking up on the sly. But, Deron Williams has been way better than we expected. Deron Williams has been, more than, like, it's almost like the rebirth of Deron Williams going to Dallas. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's a good choice. I actually don't have him in any of the Yahoo leagues. Funny, but
Okay.
the ESPN league I'm in, or I have him in. Actually, I think I have him in both my ESPN leagues. I
Okay.
don't know if that was just a rankings of where he was, or just kind of threw me off. I needed that point guard, but yeah, D Will's been looking good. He had a huge game the other day.
Well, and if you've got him and you drafted him, you probably didn't have to pay a whole lot, and
No,
you probably got great value, great return value on your draft pick there. So gotta love that. Another guy you probably got pretty good return value on was Isaiah Thomas, IT2. I mean, putting up top 20 numbers. We were kind of advocating stay away from. You
excuse me.
okay?
Yes.
Draft sickness. We were advocating staying away from anybody in Boston for the most part, but I mean, if there was one player, I think it kind of had to be him, and
Yeah.
I didn't mess with it, but
Well,
sort of wish
I
I
mean,
had.
again, I know I have IT in my keeper league actually,
Okay.
and that goes back from him with. Actually, I had him since he was in Sacramento. So I'm happy I
You
still
had
have
him.
him. And
You had him since I traded him to you when he was in Sacramento.
is
Remember
that what
that?
happened?
That's what happened.
That
That
was
was
one of the few trades we actually did. Yeah, did I
that was
trade
like
you
4 years ago.
Kobe?
Yeah, it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, and it was Kobe.
Something like that. Yeah, probably.
This was
Whatever.
Kobe. Was it his Achilles injury? Or no, it was even before he had that injury. It was the season he ended up getting his Achilles injury.
Yeah, I don't know. Was there a shoulder year or something like that?
That
Like
was yeah,
I don't remember exactly, but I think that was it. It was like Kobe and IT for some other shit. I don't know.
and I think there was a pick involved or something.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was happy about that, and yeah, I've had him since then. The other dynasty league I had him in, he was part of the Paul George trade that I did. But again, it's looking better and better for Malcor.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I mean, he's still got to weather the storm with some of these players, but looking good. I mean, so far so good.
One more
Flame. Oh,
flame
you got
for
one more
me.
flame? Okay.
Yeah, Robert Covington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like again, I had him in a few leagues, also a couple dynasty leagues, but he started off injured and no minutes and missing shots, and people were dropping him and all this. But man, since he's been back and like first couple games, okay, shaking the rust off. But man, those steals and those threes, like yeah, his percentages aren't all that great, but man, I'm loving the leagues I have him in.
Well, again, you go with the punting strategy. He's not a guy I had because of the lack of punting or because of my lack of punting team. Uh, but yeah, with the threes and D's and you
Yeah,
got
like when you do a punt, like my whole bench is like 3-and-D guys.
they're paying off.
Yeah, but one of them that's not paying off,
You got a
going
lame
into the lames, or Danny motherfucking Green.
Danny Green. Who?
Like I drafted him in a few, like especially the couple of roto leagues I'm in. Like I made sure to draft him, and I picked him up. I used the number one waiver claim on him a few weeks back. And I gotta be honest, like I'm ready to fucking cut bait with him, and I'm patient. Like I know Danny Green, and like generally I try to preach patience, but god damn,
He's been terrible. And let's be honest, Ryan. I can go back. We can go back to the videos and some of the draft videos we did. I kept telling you there's got to be higher upside in terms of scoring threes than Danny Green. And you're just like, well, no, he's. But what happened is he became like the 18th option in the Spurs offense. Like when you're that far down the line in terms of getting scoring opportunities, it's bound to happen. I mean, his job's just sort of out there to space the floor, but not even necessarily get shots.
I mean that's one of the players that I have not a lot of, but a fair amount of, and like wish I had none, even in the leagues where I picked him up. I mean, again, I
Well,
still
you could
haven't
always
dropped
drop
him,
him.
and I when I see a player that is worth a drop, because I know what happens is as soon as I drop him, he's gonna get his shit right.
Yeah. Well, my guy, my flame, or not flame, but my lame guy I drafted, and I didn't expect massive production. Uh, but Emmanuel Mudiay has just like been dog shit. I
Okay.
mean, just
I mean, you can kind of clump quite a few of the rookies into that. I mean, Moutier, Russell,
Russell's been better though.
Johnson,
Russell's actually
Miles
been better.
Turner.
I mean, Russell has actually been better than Mudiay. I mean,
Yeah.
at least for my teams. I don't know. I mean, Mudiay just there is a huge learning curve there, and so I don't really know what to expect or what I should do. Mostly, this probably applies to my dynasty settings. I can just sit and wait, but year to year, anywhere I still have Mudiay, like no.
Again, I actually didn't end up with hardly any Moutier or
Well,
Russell.
the way I was drafted, I needed like that last late point guard, and so I figured of the two of them, Mudiay, coming off the bench, especially like for a roto team, like an actual roto league, there's gonna be rough nights, but he'll still
See, Rondo was the
give you
point guard
assists.
I was taking around that time. And
And
then
yeah, I
after
wish I
that,
had.
I was going for bigs.
Yeah,
I was taking Hibbert and Turner.
you got any lames other than
Well, there's one I was wanting to talk about with you. Again, I don't know if I want to call him lame, but you were talking about how he was pissing you off.
who's that?
Your number one man crush, Boogie Cousins.
Yeah, I was gonna call him a lame.
Okay.
He's being lame. All this one game a week stuff, like in and out of just I don't know. He's frustrating. Like the inconsistencies and playing time and injury issues. It's just been frustrating so far. I'm hoping it should rebound. He's still producing, but not at the level or not at the rate that I paid for. Right. I
Right.
mean, especially what I paid for. I mean, there's what most people paid for, like top 10 pick or top 12 pick. But what I paid for DeMarcus Cousins, I mean, I was reaching for Boogie. So, oh
So you got a lot of Boogie.
yeah, I need a Kleenex. I got so many boogies. Somebody give me a tissue. Blow these boogies out. But yeah, so that's kind of my high profile lame right now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's really
Well,
bad.
one more lane for me.
Okay,
Yeah, I've had a fair amount of just because again he kind of fit my punting strategy, or at least I thought he did. Michael
right.
Carter Williams.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's
we've talked about him before, but like I don't know, in our dynasty league, I actually traded MCW for Brandon Knight when that three-team trade happened between Milwaukee, Phoenix, and Philadelphia. And I kind of sold it on like, okay, MCW is going to go play under Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd can kind of teach him how to play the game with the lack of a shot.
so far that has not occurred.
No, it hasn't. So I'm loving the fact I got Brandon Knight for him. But again, I went and I drafted a fair amount of MCWs, and I dropped a few. I still have a couple in like deeper leagues, but it's like my last bench option. But he's a bust or a lame for sure.
Okay, you think he's a bust this year or just a bust long term? Bust all the time.
Again, I think that's why the Sixers traded him.
Busted.
It's why,
The fuck is
sorry,
going on?
Bronson, I'm not giving you a first round pick for him.
I'm not either, especially my first round pick. I'll give you like a third round pick for MCW. Yeah, that's my highest offer. Take it or leave it. If you're still shilling MCW at the time of this podcast or after this podcast, the only thing I will offer to you for him is a third round pick.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's it. Again, just to kind of reiterate some of the stuff we said in our live streams and all this, like cameras back. Once this holiday season's over with, we're gonna get back on the horse and start making, videos and all that shit.
We're already mostly back on the horse. I mean, it's
We're
we got
we're there. We're doing work.
yep. We'll get back to the videos, especially since we're in a position where we got a little more time where we can start getting together again, and we're still working out the kinks of the live streams. I know Bronson wants them to be Friday and Saturday nights, but there are other people who it works for them more middle of the week. They got family or party time or whatever Fridays and Saturdays. So
Basically, what we're going to try to do is like, okay, there's a nationally televised game on. We're probably going to be watching it anyways because we watch so many goddamn sports as it is. So if there's a situation where we're both able to make it and there's a good game on, we're going to live stream and watch the game and talk about fantasy sports. And that's just the way it goes.
yeah, I mean, it's what we'd be doing anyways. And now y'all can just join us and talk fantasy sports. We'll answer your questions or whatever.
Exactly.
So, now, is there any other? Do we have any other topics we were missing or forgot about?
No, I think we've done good. I mean,
Beat
just
the dead horse.
join our website, check out our live streams, donate,
Okay.
buy us a beer,
Yeah.
subscribe to us, leave us a review on iTunes, like rate us and leave a review.
Yeah,
or
that's important, actually. Let's pause. Let's pause there for a second. That's important. Anybody who watches this podcast on YouTube, if you watch it live as a TV type thing or just the blank screen podcast sometimes, go ahead and check it out on iTunes. Maybe you need to take it with you mobile. That way you can save some data, whatever. But go on iTunes or Stitcher and leave us a review and give us like a nice rating or something. That'd be nice. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, like I was actually thinking we should start with our outro as our intro, just because, again, there's probably a lot of people that don't listen all the way to the end. Like, okay, they're done, they turn off.
Fair enough.
But
maybe we'll just double it up. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that next time.
Whatever. But yeah, all right. So Fantasy Sports Serenity Prayer, are we already there?
Yeah, we're there. Let's do it. Fantasy gods!
All right.
Please grant me the serenity to set my ideal lineups. And the courage to add drop motherfucking aggressively! Woo! And the wisdom,
as always,
to fuck someone out the window with trade rapes.
All right. I don't know if we can advocate that, but
Woo!
Do what you got to do, people. Do what you got to do. And
sorry if we're too obnoxious. Your wife doesn't want you to listen to us.
Well, you're just going to have to take that bitch in the bedroom and fuck her out the window.
Don't. Uncalled for it.
Hey, you started with the uncalled for rape dialogue.
Uncalled for it.
Well, we're fired anyways.
Damn it.
Damn it.
All right. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Absolutely. Join us next time.
FantasySportsAddicts.com. Hit us up on Twitter with questions and shenanigans at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A at FSAA. In the meantime, don't get yourself fucked out a window.
Nope.
How about that? Nobody's getting fucked out a window.
Woo! I forgot you were doing Happy Days.
Well, we're going to do that outro. Woo! All right, see you guys next time.
Woo!
Woo!